probiotics, I've played around with a lot of different probiotics. The tricky thing is the cheaper you go, the more likely it is that somebody cut corners and either in the processing or in the formation. So, meaning that by the time it gets to you, it might not even be a living probiotic. And then you're basically just taking powder, like, and it's not going to do anything. That's the tricky part. I will say in general, if if you have to or want to go with something different, then what I typically look for is it needs to be enteric coated. It needs to say that like on some place in the labeling or the manufacturing, like you can easily look it up on their website and say, is this enteric coated? Is it designed to sustain my stomach acid? Because if it's not, it's just going to get burned up in your stomach and then it's not going to go anywhere. The second thing that you want to look for is multiple different strains of bacteria, ideally about 5 to 7 different types of bacteria. They've kind of got it down to a science now to where they know which probiotics support ADHD. They know which types of probiotics heal brain injuries. They know which types of probiotics help with different processes. So, for the purposes of this program, we don't need to be that specific. But that's why preferring a variety of strains like, the Young Living supplement does have, I think it's either 5 to 7 different types of bacterial strains. And then where it can get a little bit tricky is figuring out the number of, I'm sorry, I can see it in my head and I'm trying to remember exactly what it says, but it's like 17 million something, like microbes or something. Yeah. You want it to be a pretty high number to populate your gut. If you get it too high, like there's some therapeutic probiotics out there that can be too high, and those can cause things like diarrhea, bloating, vomiting, nausea, stuff like that, because they're for a very specific illness typically. And the same thing can happen with a low quality probiotic.